This CFB Championship Recap and 2026 Odds edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Kalshi. Make real money predicting sports. Kalshi is available in all 50 states, and you get $20 free with promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, promo code SGPN.
Hey, this is Brandon Lang. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man. San Diego Superchargers. Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money Graham with my partner in picks, Ryan, real money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Well, let me be the first to say congratulations to Indiana. Now, can we expand the playoff and give the SEC and Big Ten more auto bids so we don't have this horrible playoff ever again?
Oh, amazing game. Joining us on the line to recap the College Football National Championship and early look at the 2026 odds, Colby Dant, aka Pick Dundee. What's happening, Colby?
Yeah, I mean, look, the last team that made the playoffs almost won the national championship, and all these people are against expanding it. Right?
No, I mean,
who knows if you let Iowa in or Vanderbilt, they might have won the thing.
They went on Miami as a whole went on an incredible run. Of course, cashed Miami in the points, never in doubt. And they had a chance to win there on that last drive. Carson Beck, man, I swear that guy was open. I haven't watched the replays yet, but just an awesome back and forth game the entire time. Of course, Cristobal did have a couple blunders there. The block punt probably being the difference. Certainly a coaching error. But Colby, hats off to you.
No, I disagree. That block punt was not a coaching error. That tight end, Bauman, he just let the guy run right by him. It was horrible player execution. As much as I'd love to kill Cristobal, I don't think that was his fault.
He is coaching the guy.
I was about to say, okay, single out the player there, but to me, and another thing that I thought was lost in all this shit was when they were kicking the ball off, they opened up like Herb Street and Fowler saying there's going to be all touchbacks because Indiana's kicker's got a beast leg. They were kicking short and like 3 or 4 times they had them stopped at like the 12-yard line and stuff. That's a coaching advantage to me. And the block punt, like, okay, a dude missed his block, but they weren't going all, that wasn't a all hands on deck block punt. Kamara is just a fucking great player. And, that's gotta be on the coach though. That's gotta be on the coach some, right? Like you can't be pissing around like that, you know?
Well, and then Cristobal on 4th and 2 deciding not to go for it to set. I mean, I don't know if the field goal was more of a sure thing, but it was a 50-yarder. Kid hit it off the pole. Obviously that was a big difference.
That's an easier place to crush Cristobal.
Yeah.
You have your offensive line is your like creme de la creme, crown jewel of your team. Get the 2 yards.
And certainly Cignetti coached a great game, but I was kind of surprised on that last 4th and 4. You need 4 yards to win the national championship game. If I was Cignetti, I think going for it there. And then even if you don't get it, your defenses have been playing well. I would have went for it because they were moving. Their offensive line was playing pretty well.
Well, the problem is Miami's kicker's got a leg though, dude. So they wouldn't have to go that far to tie the game up. Like I think you kick it. I think you kick it there.
I thought I agree.
Well, yeah, but you're soft. I'm a man. I go for it.
You're one of these new age, like when you watch football nowadays, you're like, everyone's a fucking moron going for every 4th down.
Well, I will say Sean has gotten like hyper aggressive when it comes to go. Like he basically thinks you should go for it almost on every 4th down. And this one was close.
Card says to.
Well, this one was close because obviously you're extending it to a 1-score game, but I do feel like they would have gotten down into field goal range. Now where I would kill him is after that. So 2nd and 1 dream scenario, 1st down, they can run the clock out. They get the false start. Now you're likely to force them to use their timeouts. Yes. But running those two plays there was foolish, and I thought that would have been a great opportunity to take a shot to win the game.
Yeah,
and I thought that was the first time I had seen Cignetti play cowardly by running to relatively predict. I understand you're trying to extract the timeouts from the other team, but I thought in that moment, the value of forcing them to use a timeout versus converting a first down and ending the game, I mean, is worth the risk.
Miami didn't lose because they ran out of time. They had plenty of time. So again, whatever. Cignetti did a great job.
That's my point.
Well, great timeout right before the interception to recalibrate your team and say,
yeah, that was a good timeout. Yeah, you're right.
But the only thing I'll say, and Kramer, I get your point, and you're probably right there. But like, he was kind of zigging when they were zagging all game. How many 3rd and 10s did they get when they ran the ball? So I'm thinking maybe he's thinking they're passing. So let's run the ball. You know, I don't know. I don't know. Like,
maybe, but that's
like
where
to hear him talk about that.
Yeah, I would love to hear that too, because like I think that everyone in the building was expecting you to run the ball there, and I think
but that's why I'm thinking maybe he's thinking that they'll pass here because they were running on 3rd and 14 and getting 15 yards.
But Colby, you have a mobile quarterback. Run one play action naked boot
I'm with
type.
You. I think
like
you're right.
Mendoza's smart enough to just go down. Like that would have been. They take one of those shots. You don't have to do it twice. But even if you do it twice, Mendoza's smart enough to know taking a 5-yard sack here and forcing the timeout, we're still going to kick the field goal. Yeah, I thought
I didn't realize that Mendoza wanted to walk on at Miami, and they turned down his walk on.
That feels very Steph Curry esque at Virginia Tech. I mean, obviously his parents weren't that big of a deal. His dad won a national championship on the crew team as a freshman. His mom was a member of the tennis team. Like what the hell?
And they were local too. Yeah, crazy. Obviously, Cignetti though for the whole season did a great job there. And Miami, fortunate. I mean, they got away with some textbook targeting on the hit of.
No.
They were
football. Look,
I mean, I'm glad they didn't call it. I'm just saying they got away with the hold. They got away with the
hold. I'll go with, but I'm saying the targeting here that everyone's up in a stink about. They don't even know what fucking targeting is because no one knows what targeting is, right? It's like the leech thing, right?
Yeah.
But no one knows what targeting is. But here's the thing: if you're going to run the option read and fake like you're going to be the rusher, and then depend on the defense to know that because he's either going to be a rusher or he's a blocker because he changes his motion at one point in that, and it's like that's not on the defense to figure that shit out. You're either a blocker or a rusher.
Yeah,
just because you're a quarterback, fuck off.
Yeah, I mean this would be a great the NFL that. It's not even close to a penalty. I thought there were a number of national media type sportscasters making a fool of themselves because I don't think everyone was calling for targeting. I think most people were calling for a roughing the passer, and that's one where you don't know.
They were calling for late hit.
Yeah, you don't know ball. Yeah. It's a read option. There's no late hit on the quarterback.
What is he supposed to do? What if he does
Colby,
have the ball?
But that's very
like
clear.
It was unnecessary. What do you mean? If they think he has the ball, they're going to tackle him.
Well, also Mendoza ran the fake, so he ran into the guy. You have to.
He pulled the Vlade Divac LeBron James flop too afterwards. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Again, in college, like NFL, this is
I'll do whatever it takes. If you want me to take shots to the front, shots to the back. He sounded like a Bella Danger or whatever.
He did redeem himself with that run. With the other run on fourth down, he redeemed
took a
himself.
bunch of shots. Like Abel Danger.
He was overloading a little bit in the interview cycle at the end of the game. He was just running out of buzzwords, getting a little too emotional. But yeah, I just think if you're going to run, you can't take hitting the quarterback in a read option out of him. Now, maybe you probably shouldn't hit him so high to make it like even questionable of a targeting, like blast him in the chest, like the other bad roughing the passer call. But
I don't think he was trying to.
No, of course not.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean,
No, hats off to the refs. I mean, I'm happy in a championship game for the most part. They let them play. So.
Oh, they did it,
especially receiving. Like the receivers and corners were super physical all game.
Yeah, and I mean, some of the. I mean, again, if you were calling it super tight, you could have probably made a case for both defensive PI on some of the Miami guys, but some of the Indiana guys were. Now they're never really going to call that offensive PI, but they were really. Yeah. Again, I like seeing the contact. I think most people do. So I'm glad they put the whistle.
There was one where the Miami DB like pulled from inside the shoulder pad to like catch back up, which probably got to call that. But in general, they did a great job of not getting involved.
No, it was and it was a great game. It was back and forth every time. Indiana, it seemed like they were putting Miami away. Miami came back, and again, I thought Miami. While I was on Miami, I thought their defense was gonna give Indiana a bunch of problems, and for the most part, they did. The difference was that blocked punt. Really, I mean, Miami's defense. I thought, considering how just of a buzzsaw Indiana had been offensively, I thought Miami's defense played pretty well. And Carson Beck, he shit the bed on that last drive, but otherwise it was a they got the ball to Tony, and it was a fun back and forth game.
I feel like the majority of his good plays was getting the ball to Tony.
Yeah, but he had a couple nice deep throws. He moved around.
The scramble. Yeah. Remember the like where he. I mean, I don't want to compare it to the Trinidad Chambliss play, but he was able to prolong a play and find the guy deep downfield, and it wasn't.
I mean, obviously he's not a great quarterback, but I thought he made some plays there. But obviously that interception late, and I swear that guy was open. But Colby, congrats! You nailed the score exactly, 27-21. Also got us on the first touchdown, so nice work there. Good way to wrap up the college football season.
So we're at Circa, and as I generally tell Sean, I'm not going back to the window, but I did go back to the window to place national championship bets, where I laid it with Indiana, which was incorrect. And when I got to the window, Colby, so I was 4 guys I wanted to bet: the 2 quarterbacks, Noah Wachowski, and the other Riley Noah. Well, no, what it's
Wachowski. Riley Nowakowski. Yeah.
Noah. How do you say his name?
Nowakowski, I think, right?
Is there an extra syllable in there? Maybe.
It's Nokowski.
Noah.
Am I fucking this up?
No, I think
Nokowski. I think it's Nokowski, right?
I think it's Noah Kowalski. All right. I don't know what you were correcting me on. I was saying the 2 quarterbacks. And Noah.
Oh, I got you.
Noah Kowalski. I know it sounds like you're hearing Noah. And then
that's what I was hearing. Yeah.
And then Alex Bauman. And they didn't have Bauman listed. He was a big price. They didn't have him listed. I'm like, I'm not playing the field, so I just doubled up on Noah Wachowski for the first touchdown. And then I had an extra black chip in my pocket. I put the $100 on the anytime plus 530. So. Hell of a recovery.
Great cash. Me. Yeah, and it was a carry. He had only what was that? Only his like second carry.
He scored against Old Dominion on the same play. But yeah, look, part of my analysis, and I know that clip's going around. I just knew they were thin at the defensive back. I knew they were moving a safety.
I got that. We can show the clip.
Let's go. Okay. Oh, is this the exact? What are we playing? The exact score clip?
I have. Let's see. I have the first touchdown clip here.
Oh yeah, let's roll this. What do you like here?
I'm just trying to get an update on the player being for the targeting. If that had been overturned,
overturned.
Yeah, Xavier Lucas. I have not. There's not been an official word on that yet, but I'll tell you what. Knowing that Miami's super aggressive defensively. He's a safety. Why not take a shot on Indiana's tight end Riley Nowakowski? All right, plus 2,500 first. I
love this play.
Yeah.
Oh, you like this one, right?
Well, I would say I'm not doing the same level of handicapping as for the NFL first touchdowns, but I basically just ignored the short price guys and looked into the long price guys, and this is the play I like as well.
Lined up behind Nowakowski. They hand it off to the fullback / tight end, and he powers in.
There you go.
Touchdown, Indiana. A dominant start here for the number one team.
Look, I wish I could tell you that I had it on the ground. I did not have it on the ground.
Hey,
I thought it would be
counts either way, Colby.
When I saw when it happened, it didn't even register. I had the audio off. I was multitasking, and I didn't even register to me that could have been.
Well, and on the play before, it was that receiver that they at first thought he scored, and I thought, just eye test, he was number 80. I thought like, oh, that's the tight end, and then got it on the on the handoff. Nice work, Colby.
Yeah, and the score one I had touted on a bunch, man. Like that 27-21. I thought now I did think in my mind playing it out that Miami would get a 21-20 lead, and then Mendoza would be the one to go down and get the touchdown to win 27-21. But I did have 27-21. So yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day. I am on Miami and the points. I think Indiana will be your champion, but I think Miami will stay within the number. I got 8.5. I think it's down to 7.5, but still would probably take Miami at 7.5. Give me the Hoosiers 27-20. Actually 27-21. I think I said on TV earlier, so I should stay to that. 27-21. Hoosiers win the game.
Colby, you almost benedicted to 27-20, but you caught yourself. And I think the mics also picked up Mac's cocktail ice, like sliding around there. So
back to school.
I tuned into the Colby's college recap, the Natty recap show earlier, and Colby is touting his first touchdown. He's touting his exact score, and then he, Mac's off to the side. He pauses and goes, Mac, you got any comments about me hitting the exact score? Oh man, I had never seen this type of interviewing. And then he moves on to the next one.
Trump.
Mac,
can you acknowledge how great I am?
Mac, you got any comments on me hitting the first touchdown?
Well, I wanted to know his thoughts because look, I hadn't got a chance to text him. So when he came in from the bar in Morgantown, of course. So I said, it was almost like with you guys. It's like, don't say a word. Let's just hit record. So I wasn't even sure if he knew that I hit the
great.
So the exact score or remembered that. So
well, congratulations.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we're pretty good at what we do.
Is this the best team ever?
Well, right up there with the 1894 Yale Bulldogs. I'm sure we got to talk. I mean, last time a team went 16-0, and this is historic for Indiana. I mean, a small school, at least by modern standards, going on this crazy run. And Yale last team that went 16-0.
Small school with Mark Cuban sitting in the stands.
Yeah, I mean they have money now, but.
And one of the best parts about Yale making that magical run is when they took down the Chicago Athletic Association in week 14.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean,
I was a bad beat. I had Chicago Athletic Association in the points, and the Yaleys covered. Those Yale men will do that. That was like right after, I think, when there was like a time where they were going to make football illegal because people kept dying, and then they're like, we have to change something. Then Roosevelt stepped in. He liked ball. He knew ball, and he was like, no, we can figure this out. We can stop people from dying. I still want this game.
That was the first time they tried to ban the tush push.
And Destro saying, have we acknowledged they pulled off the perfect season, 16-0? Colby, where does Indiana rank in all-time great college football teams?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we have an honest. It's not completely honest, but it's more honest than the previous system or systems. So to me, it's pretty far up there. Like it's pretty far up there. Like 16-0. I think it's got to be. And then like I want to know how much time were they actually trailing? They didn't trail at all tonight. They trailed a little bit in that Penn State game. Trailed in the Iowa game. The Iowa game I think was the one they trailed most in. But besides that,
it's wild.
They didn't trail much the entire season. I mean, Old Dominion was up 7-0 in week 1, but that's gotta. I know everyone's but the problem is I think like a lot of people look at LSU 2019 and some of these other teams.
Tigers.
And I get it. They look at the NFL players and they say incredible, but I just think you just went 16-0. I think it's a little bit better. And then Another one that I've always argued was like 95 Nebraska. You look at the depth, how much they won by each week, and I fucking hate Nebraska. That 95 Nebraska team, I think, was the most dominant I've ever seen.
Yeah, but only 12-0. I mean, certainly they deserve some credit for playing in this new playoff format where, yeah, they had to take down a bunch of highly ranked teams.
Certainly,
and I was and like LSU was trailing, and like in 2019, LSU was amazingly talented, but they definitely were trailing in a decent amount of games there.
Well, what made them? The reason a lot of people are fond of that team, like you said, it's the NFL players and the fact that they were record-setting on offense. But part of the reason they were able to be record-setting on offense is they didn't have I don't recall them having the greatest defense that year. And so, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's an impossible question to answer. The more rounds they add to the playoff, the more difficult it gets. Just simply by the mathematics of you having to whatever you've done up until that point, you now have to play 3, maybe 4 games. Maybe it's more next year. Although I guess we'd have to get past 16 for it to be more than 4 games. So,
but like Bootzilla is saying, trail against Ohio State and trail against Oregon. Same as Old Dominion, but they barely were trailing. Like the next drive, they answered that. So like, I would love to know the time on the season that they were.
It would be fun.
I didn't watch every one of their games, but I of the maybe 8 games that I saw, it never seemed like there was a real chance for them to lose. Even in this game,
I was the one. I was the one. I feel like where like I honestly think like Gronowski doesn't get injured, Iowa beats him.
Okay,
but like
even the Penn State game was, I guess the Penn State game.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But they were up huge against Penn State, and then Penn State came back. So like that, even though I know down the stretch you're thinking they're going to lose this game, which
by the way,
taking it to them, I feel like for a decent amount of that.
Completely unrelated, but Drew Aller has re-entered the equation. The draft equation.
Oh, is someone they're going to draft?
Well, just wait till they see him throw the football in underwear in the combine.
Yeah.
Mendoza also. I did enjoy people talking about how impressive it was for Mendoza to put on this type of performance with Tom Brady and the Raiders brass watching the game. It's like everyone's watching the game.
Yeah. There was a photo or a video of like Mark Davis, and God, it's hard to take that dude seriously with that haircut. You just every time you look at him, you're like, how are you in charge of $1 billion organization? This is insane.
Makes a lot of sense. He's evolved into having no one that tells him he looks like an asshole. I
mean, Tom Brady, you're in there. You're supposed to be an advisor to the Raiders. Can't you pull Mark Davis aside and be like, look, I got a hair guy, I got a face guy, I got a teeth guy, I got a watch guy. I can make you look decent.
I'll duplicate your dog.
Yeah, I'll clone your dog. Right. I got a guy. We got to get this haircut, man.
Tom Brady's got appearance issues as well, though.
Yeah. Well, at least I mean, as freakishly weird and pulled back as Tom Brady, whatever they're injected into his face.
Do you guys watch Landman?
No, I heard
you know
what
that
though.
show is.
I'm aware of it. Yeah.
Well, Demi Moore's in it, and I was telling my wife that like Demi Moore doesn't look like Demi Moore anymore. She looks all shiny, like she got the Sam Cassell treatment. But like I was saying, she's Tom Brady. It's like, she's like her and Brady went to the same shit. So, yeah, check out the show. You'll like it. I think
it's such a weird, Tom Brady's really like, think about, this is only a couple years of no football, Sean. Think about what Tom Brady's going to look like in like,
he's chasing that young tail and he's bored and he just looks at the mirror and he's like, I can fix this.
Sunken
I can
eyes.
fix this. And he just gets super crazy looking. All right. Hey, we already there's odds up for next season. Fun time to take an early look. Before we do, shout out to Kalshi. Have you signed up over on Kalshi? If not, what are you waiting for? Available in all 50 states. New traders get $20 in their account when you use our promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi. Again, you can trade almost anything over on Kalshi. Kramer, you always like trading alien stuff. I mean, there's a little bit of everything here besides just a bunch of good opportunities to get down on sports here. I mean, they got a conference. Who's going to win a conference for college basketball? We got a college basketball episode coming up. Obviously, pro hoops, so much to get into, and of course, professional football. They got it all over on Kalshi. Download the app today and use the promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Avo. Heyo, it's Avo, your ultimate sports betting arbitrage tool. Again, this is great. Very easy to use. Avo, you just sign up, you sync all your sports books where you have access to, and they start literally printing cash for you because they tell you, hey, Put $300 on this side, 165 on this side at those odds. You guarantee yourself a profit by playing both sides of the same game. So arbitrage tools are a great way to build your bankroll. And if you use our promo code SGPN, you get $18 off your first month. And of course, they got their own Discord. So if you want real humans that are sane and using Avo, head over to their Discord at AVO Official. Get started today at AVO.bet. Use the promo code SGPN for $18 off. That's AVO.bet. Promo code SGPN.
They real quick. Kalshi does have the Raiders.
Okay.
Next coach odds.
Oh, nice.
Clint Kubiak was running away with it yesterday.
Not so fast.
Jesse Minter. Hello. They're tied now, neck and neck, right? Both right around 30%.
And Sean McDermott's entered the chat.
That's an interesting one. He's now the third most popular. He's trading at 16 cents.
Yes.
So 12%.
$100 would return you 590 over in Kalshi.
He might need a timeout from coaching.
Really?
I think so.
I don't know. I think McDermott's issue, as much as I want to kill him, well, you have a loser quarterback in Josh Allen, and the GM is the guy I would have fired if I was. I mean, I'm fine firing the head coach and the GM and resetting, but that roster was pretty thin. I'm surprised they promoted the GM and fired the coach.
Yeah, no, I mean it's. Well, there were a lot of things that should have been signaling us. Harbaugh signing the deal with the Giants before the Bills even had a chance to lose. He wanted nothing to do with that situation. Pretty clear to me.
Toxic Josh Allen. All right, Kramer, let's talk about the 2026 college football futures. Let's start at the top. What do we got? Who are the favorites?
Well, real quick, just to troll, they've put out win totals for Lane Kiffin and James Franklin next year. Lane Kiffin and LSU 9.5, Virginia Tech and James Franklin 7.5. Any thoughts? Rapid reaction to that, Colby?
Yeah, I would take the. Well, I mean, now that Virginia Tech's canceled James Madison, I feel like there's
certainly helps their win total odds.
There's got to be right. You set me up for that one, buddy.
Well, ninth conference game, but
small dog energy with James Franklin.
So I would take that. I would take the over on the win totals with Virginia Tech. LSU, I'm actually going to fade it. Like I think, dude, I don't even know how good of Kiffin deserves some respect for what he did, but he also, I think one of the things lost in that was the former player that's a rich booster getting all the, because apparently they've been scumbagging paying before, obviously Hugh Freeze and everybody, but they had a lot of getting them unified. I think the boosters happened as well over the past couple of years. Now maybe that's Kiffin that played a bigger role than I know, but I do think it was kind of a perfect storm. I mean, when you look at LSU, as much as they're talented, seems to be all over the place. Yeah, it just seems like a fucking absolute mess.
Well, and the problem with Indiana winning is now I'm going to look at all these 100 to 1, 200 to 1 long shots. And go, well, if Indiana can do it, why can't Iowa 125 to 1? Why can't Nebraska 200? I'm going to look at all these longer shot teams. Arizona State, love Dillingham at 125 to 1. I feel like I'm going to have a bunch of these crazy long shots.
Well, what was the stat, Colby, with how many FBS players entered the portal? 4,000.
No, it's 10,000, dude.
10,000 for all levels. That includes Division 2, 3, FCS. I think the FBS number was something like 4,000 or 5,000. Either way,
I was covering it early on our on the TCE feed. I quit. So they got a guy going everywhere. I was like, stop. Just
how could you?
I mean, it is crazy to Kramer's point. They have odds out, but I mean, we don't. Sure, we know Arch Manning will be the quarterback for Texas, but look at all these other big programs.
Yeah,
so much can happen from now, and which lends me into firing some super long shots.
So Texas is the chalk. Basically, you have the chalk tier of
weren't they the preseason favorite to win the Natty this year?
Yeah, dude, I still got my Arch Manning Heisman ticket.
So we're looking at one of our friends down near the equator. Texas 6-1, Ohio State 650, Notre Dame 7-1, Indiana 7-1, Georgia 8-1, Oregon 850. That's kind of like the favorites tier.
Okay.
Any thoughts?
I mean, the Notre Dame one stands out because they've been killing it in the portal. They've also never they haven't recruited this well since the 80s when they got Ricky Waters and Tim Brown and Jerome Bettis and everything. And the schedule's dog shit next year. And remember, they have that clause to get into the playoffs. So that one, if you want the chalk play there, let's be honest. I know I joked around about Iowa and Vanderbilt. I do think Iowa and Vanderbilt deserve to be in the playoffs, but Notre Dame in the playoffs would have been a fucking terrible draw. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, they're capable of going far. Miami, credit to Miami for getting there, but this is why the playoffs should be larger. When your last team in the field makes the championship game and has a chance to win it with 30 seconds left, I'd say you're probably not getting the right teams in because Notre Dame actually gave them a game. Yeah,
expand the playoff, baby.
Yeah.
For me, the chalk tier is Oregon. Easy. You got a quarterback coming back and a program that can build around is shown to just reload. So yeah, if I was taking any chalk, that would be it. But you can't.
Can
take
I
chalk.
ask you though? The one thing would be if you're going to go chalk though, Lanning has had a problem in these big games.
No, I agree. It's tricky because also Dante Moore looked like ass in a big game, but quarterback experience seems to matter. Are you betting any chalk if you had the opportunity?
No.
We will be at the Circa.
No,
we could get a ticket this weekend.
Again, I'm telling you, I'm only firing on long shots.
So I'm gonna fly through the what I'm gonna like. This is the probably a contender, intriguing, has pieces. LSU 11-1. No, thank you. Alabama, Texas Tech, both 14-1.
Ding.
You're back on Texas Tech.
What are they going to do at quarterback next year, Colby?
They brought in one of the top guys in the Brendan Sorsby from Cincinnati. Who's arguably the highest rated quarterback, and he's dual threat. He can beat you on the ground too. And they loaded up on the D line yet again. And this is another year into recruiting really well. They're like Indiana last year. They approach building their team differently, but they're like Indiana of last year is like a lot of, I think right after they got skunked by Oregon, a lot of people, they didn't deserve to be there. And it's like, well, that's what people were saying about Indiana last year, this time.
It's true. Herb Street was making fun. Remember that after Indiana lost, he hoped that everyone can get back to realizing they don't know shit about football and everyone should just listen to him.
Wait, let's find that clip. We have to resurface that clip.
Please.
All right. I'll see if we can dig it up on the way out here. A&M 16-1, Miami 18-1, Michigan 33-1. So we've got a little bit of a drop off here. USC 33-1, Ole Miss 40-1. No, thank you. Oklahoma 40-1.
That one's interesting.
Oklahoma's always good.
Well, they seem to have gotten through getting over the SEC hump in the new world. They seem like they're going to be competitive.
I think Oklahoma is probably the one but the second one out of those would be, I don't know, because Miami we'll see what they do in the next week. But Michigan's intriguing. Michigan's a little intriguing because if they won 9 games this year with their coach, trying to get a slice of pussy the whole time.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
and this guy wasn't even talking to the other coaches. Did you guys read that story at all? It's like he hadn't talked to his defense coordinator like a month. It's like what?
How does that happen?
He thought he was backstabbing him for his job.
Well,
right?
Whittingham's a solid coach, and it seems like he has a chip on his shoulder.
Here's what I was.
Whittingham's bringing his OC back, which I think could make Underwood really good.
I have 2 concerns. One, Underwood, I don't know about him being some elite prospect. 2, I think there's clearly issues with the program. Like there's clearly some shit that it took a guy like Harbaugh to get everyone fighting the same battle.
But there's not issues with Miami's program.
Oh yeah,
I mean, John Ruiz has got like the FBI after him.
If you would ask me, are we betting Miami next year? No, they just hit their nut. They hit the nuts. This year, and they just couldn't get it done.
Oklahoma's the more appealing one. Like I'm just throwing Michigan out there, being like, okay, but Oklahoma's the one where like similar vein as Indiana. This year, but last year when they went there, they lost. And Oklahoma, to me, you get Mateer back. Obviously, you hope he's healthier. And another year in the offense, you get some better wideouts. They went and got UVA's best wideout. They returned a couple guys there. The defense is still going to be nasty. So that one's appealing to me. You got to look at the ones to me that the defense will be good. Like I like even with like Kiffin or something at LSU. I never know if I didn't really value Ole Miss as a real natty threat to win it all because I was like, I don't know about that defense.
Look at all the teams recent, like since we've really gone into the playoff era. Look at the teams that win. Like playing defense is kind of table stakes. Florida 40-1, Tennessee 50-1, Utah 50-1, Penn State 66-1.
All right, Matt Campbell.
Really?
Why not, Ryan?
I'm always gonna
good head coach.
Yeah, no,
they got money. They got money. They got Rocco Beck.
I like Rocco Beck. I mean, certainly Penn State should have talent everywhere else, right? Yeah. They don't have much competition in the state for recruiting, so we'll see that. So you'll be the paper ticket. Penn State probably get a good price at Circa. BYU 70-1, Clemson 75-1, with Auburn, Louisville 80-1, Missouri 100-1, South Carolina 100-1, SMU 100-1. I'll pause. Any of those teams interesting? Not really. BYU going to spend a ton of money. They doing anything in the portal?
They're keeping all their players, which
so they could be interesting.
Yeah,
and they clearly have all that money like that they threw at Sataki to keep him there. They got that cupcake money.
Crumble.
So,
yeah.
So all right, BYU is interesting. Are there any?
SMU is always interesting just because like they were very close to playing for the ACC championship this year had they not. But I don't think they could win the Natty though. I think they could go. I think they could make the playoffs, win a game or two, but.
There's a couple there's a couple in the next row that I think are worth talking about.
Okay, so then 125-1 tier. Florida State, Washington, Iowa, Arizona State. And I'll tell you this right now. Our friends from the equator are not giving the best prices on these. Almost 100% of these teams that we're talking about 100-1 or longer, you're going to find better prices elsewhere.
I mean, I could make a case for Iowa and Arizona State. I mean, Dillingham got him to the playoff previously. I don't know. He seems to be a young, motivated coach. They're doing. How is their recruiting class looking, Colby?
No, he's been doing a lot better, and he's been raising money there. They did lose Sam Levitt, but I like when he went out. It sounded like the team was terrible without him.
They don't seem to me. And yeah, they lost Scadaboo. They were still competitive without Levitt. Like. I don't know if he hits on the right guys. He certainly seems to be building a nice program there. And as far as teams in this range, Arizona State, they've already been to the playoff.
Yeah, I like to take Iowa every year, and I still believe this, man. I still believe this. Like I think they would have been one of the hardest draws this year. And like look what they did. No one played Indiana better. No one played Indiana better.
If they could get a home playoff game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then like just the way their defense and special teams are, they fuck with all the big schools. You know what I mean? Like whenever they play now, as long as they can avoid the road spot, you know what I mean? Like, cause when Iowa plays at Ohio State, they normally get their ass whooped. But when they got to come, when a good team has to come to Kinnick, I think there's a great chance they're going to win that game. And then after you get through that, the next game's not on campus. It's neutral sites. And their defense has and special teams is always a threat. So obviously they're going to lose Gronowski. I don't know if he's appealing. I didn't hear anything about that. But I mean, because he might be able to. I know he was out for the season once. He might be able to sue or something and get it. But I think he's going to the NFL. But they got to figure out the quarterback spot. But other than that, the rest of the team's always sound. So I would take a shot just on that too.
And I lied. That's the one where the best price you can find is down by the equator, 125-1. You can actually find a 300-1 on Arizona State out there. If you're looking to play that. My Hokies are actually available at 350-1. Back to the prices in front of me. Vanderbilt. So let 200-1 tier. Vanderbilt, Kansas State, Arizona, Nebraska, Baylor, Illinois, Houston, Houston. We've kind of left the realm of realistic now, right?
Hawaii.
Yeah. Wait, Houston's an interesting one because I think Willie Fritz is so far ahead of schedule already.
But you love Willie Fritz too much. We have to always warn the audience.
Georgia Tech.
He almost won the fucking Big 10 or Big 12 this year in the second year.
We had a nice ticket on that.
All right, hey, real quick, we'll close out with some of these long shots before we do. Shout out to Underdog. Promo code SGPN. Get in over there. Start playing the pick'em, the best ball drafts. They got it all over on Underdog Fantasy. Promo code SGPN. Play $5, get $75 in bonus funds. Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. The Rhythm is gonna bet you picks, props, sides, totals. They got it all. They are your trusted AI data source, the official AI picks source and information of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Highly recommend firing up the old Rhythm app. Get in over there, try out their parlay optimizer, optimize those parlays. And if you want to go premium with Rhythm, use the promo code SGPN25. That's RITHMM, promo code SGPN25.
All right, I'm not going to read off all of these million to one. Is there any teams we haven't talked about that are interesting?
Georgia Tech, Colby, where are you at with Georgia Tech next year?
I'm a big fan I got to see because they lose Haynes King.
Yeah, that's true.
That to me, he was such a vital part of that offense.
He was such a perfect quarterback for that system.
It's so like maybe why I'm skittish on Vanderbilt. I'm like, ooh,
yeah. I mean,
is gone. Yeah, like
there's not another 5'9" just dude that's gonna cut your throat out walking through the doors of Vandy.
Sucks they won't let him play more college ball.
Yeah, what the fuck? Look, Colby, can we start a petition to let Pavia play? Get Trump on that.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some of these
Diego
other cases.
Pavia, the quarterback.
Hold on. I'm just curious because I wasn't paying attention. I guess what are Indiana's odds to repeat?
Oh, let's see.
7-1.
Best price I could find you is 7-1 is generally what their price is.
Because let me tell you guys, all it took was Cignetti because the money coming in, the transfer portal class that they're bringing in with Josh Hoover, the quarterback from TCU, they get Marsh. I mean, they're going to be certainly more like there's going to be a lot more money on this roster than the past 2 years. I'll tell you that. So he just unlocked a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Like by them being good last year, because they didn't spend like crazy last year going to this year, they brought in the center from Notre Dame and Mendoza, right? The rest of the guys were all the JMU and Kent State and Navy transfers that were there, right? This year they're going big game hunting. They've unlocked. You can clearly tell if you look at the portal, they are spending the fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just they won 16 games in a row. At some point,
I get it.
Again, but who wants to bet against Cignetti? That guy is clearly locked in and
7th in the transfer portal rankings per.
He's not going to be smelling his own shit, so he's going to be locked in. Colby, I saw Raiola transfer to Oregon, and then he's back in the portal. Where does Raiola end up? Do we know?
Well, I don't know that he's officially, but someone was fucking around on an account, I think. So I don't know that he's actually in the portal, but he's injured anyway. So like next year, I don't think he'll be healthy until because he got out for the year in when was that? Like early November.
Yeah, it was late enough to where he probably wouldn't rush back to play at the end of the season.
Okay,
but Oregon. To their credit, if he stays at Oregon, this is what they did with Dante Moore. They had Dylan Gabriel and Dante Moore sat back.
No, if he, especially if he's not going to be healthy to start, just wait it out and dominate next year.
Yeah. But Indiana's unlocked, and that like they're 7th in the. I would argue that they're 1st or 2nd, like right there. Like I know they're ranked 7th, but the guys eye for talent, and then when you look at some of the guys that they got some great fucking players coming in, man, that we know are great. Like, so we knew the JMU guys were good, but we were questioning, would this work on this level? These next guys are all like elite players from Power 5 schools coming in. So should be very fun to watch if you're a Hoosier fan. I know you would think 16-0, you can't do it again, but I'm just saying this is going to be the most like from a recruiting stars system. This is the biggest Indiana's ever been.
Here's what's going to happen. The Michigan Ohio State did not like this at all. They're gonna go to the commissioner.
Do we know that
Indiana's gonna get a tough schedule. Indiana is gonna get a tough schedule next year.
Do we know is the are they running the same playoff rules? Are they going to change that like they do every other year?
We find out this Friday. Hopefully, hopefully.
Maybe I'm going to wait till we find out the rules for the playoffs before I.
That's what I'm saying. Like there might be a 2014 playoff. The Big Ten is lobbying for the 2014 playoff.
Let's
they
go.
Have to have,
that would be great.
Make it 16, hopefully, at least. Because the one thing I don't want the Petiti. I don't want their 24 version of like get the 4 auto bids for each. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
No, that's no 4.
I want 24, but I want organic 24. See the FCS model. It's a great playoff. They've been doing it for years. It's fantastic. If not that, then give me the 16. I don't want them the Petiti, like the multiple auto bids is garbage. You know what I mean? Even if you know like Big Ten, how many people thought coming into this season, everyone said this is the SEC's year, right?
Well, just look at
the Big Ten had won the past 2. Everyone said, you know, like even myself, I picked Alabama to win the national championship. Everyone was on Texas. A lot of people were on Georgia, right? Clearly we were wrong about the SEC being that good of a conference this year. They were terrible in the non-con against other teams. So, I mean, Florida State, the team that finished 15th in the ACC, beat Bama, right? So to just factor all that in on us thinking, that's why we shouldn't do the auto bids. Cause when you think preseason, you're never normally right.
Also, if you conference winners auto bid, and then guess what? If you're the second best team in the Big Ten, you're probably getting into the 2014 playoff, you idiots.
Which all this is hilarious too, because everyone, you want to talk about conference. To your point, Colby, like how do you know what conferences are going to be necessarily good, especially in these wide open? Look at it. Look at the ACC. Was anyone ever saying like, oh, the ACC? Meanwhile, Miami gets in by not winning the ACC, and they're driving for a chance to win the Natty. It's you gotta.
I think the ACC is much and no one's hammered this home because the SEC and Big Ten have the biggest contracts in TV. But I think the ACC was a much better football conference than people think. Like, and it's shown. Like, I believe Miami benefited from not playing in the ACC championship. I think they might have lost that game if they played that, depending on who they played.
ESPN should take notice because I was turning on all the various broadcasts they offer for the national championship. Love the Skycast. They got McAfee and his cronies on the sideline. And in previous weeks, they had a broadcast for both teams. And I noticed that the ACC network guys still showed up for the national championship, but no SEC network broadcast. No SEC. You know, they had that shit planned. Yeah, they just didn't do it. You can't broadcast the national championship because you're not in it. You fucking babies. I was shocked and appalled.
It's disgusting.
And
that is a disgusting
I did post that. You know, congratulations to Indiana. But now let's get back to making sure the SEC has 4 auto bids next year. I can't take another year of the crappy playoff games. Some people took the bait and got upset with me.
Meanwhile, this is a great game. Miami's run was awesome, and obviously Indiana being the buzzsaw, it was I think it was a great year of college football. Honestly, if they continue to expand the playoff, I think it's going to be a good thing.
It was an excellent year.
Very fun.
I mean, look,
Hokies got a great new coach.
Okay.
We probably would have had honestly, because the games that were blowouts, because there was a good. I mean, it's college football. There's always been blowouts, but if you cast the bigger net, I think we would have had better games in the first round and then less blowouts. Because if we casted a bigger net, I think your Notre Dames, your Iowas, your Vanderbilts would have advanced over some of the dead weight that got in there. Even the Texas A&M, I think, might have been dead weight. You know what I mean? So,
fuck yeah, more playoff games.
Who doesn't want more football? What the? I've never understood this side. Like,
and let me help college football. Here's another tip: you don't need to wait 10 or 11 or even 14 days in between games.
That's really weird.
It really devalues the idea of a bye that you're giving to the good team. So,
and everyone wants college football to move up the schedule into August. I completely disagree. Right? Keep it where it's at and go further. Look, the NFL has a week off before the Super Bowl. That's the weekend you should circle for your national championship.
Go later. Well, and if you move the season up, it's going to kill Colby because he's doing 130 team previews, and those last couple weeks, him and Mac.
This is not a football month, man.
Him and Mac are gacked out of their minds doing 12 episodes a day.
That's a great idea, actually. The bye week national championship would be perfect.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It also would give you plenty of time to play games where you don't have a lot of NFL games to compete with because it's the playoffs. And both leagues having playoffs.
Those weekends that we had where it was Thursday, Friday, college football playoff, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, NFL playoff. It's awesome.
And then you don't have to get this idea. You don't have to have your natty on a Monday when you only played one game on a Monday all year, which was TCU in North Carolina on Labor Day.
Yeah, at the very least, play it on a Friday. Come on, the Friday night games are
the Saturday's open the week before the Super Bowl.
You're right.
It's college hoops.
There is the Pro Bowl festivities. They flag football.
As long as they schedule around the Pro Bowl games. I'm fine.
I need to watch. I think they're doing the high jump this year.
How'd you like Trump coming in on this? Look. I've been a Trump hater since he ruined the USFL, the OG USFL. So he's winning me back over with this kickoff stance, and then him with Army Navy.
Oh yeah.
Him saying no, this thing's staying. I still don't know how you have the power to do that, but either way, I'm behind you, sir.
I will say the one thing that Trump has a very undeniable elite skill at is doing things without having any clue if he can do them or not. He just wants them to be that way.
Yeah.
That's an elite skill. He's not going to ask someone if he has any control over Army Navy football, but he says, you know what?
Well, he is commander in chief. So you would imagine.
Yeah. He can tell Army and Navy.
Yeah. He's in charge of the Army and Navy. I would imagine that supersedes the college. I don't know the exact.
Your athletic director's like, what the fuck, dude?
I don't know the exact org tree of the Army, but I know the commander in chief's on top. So then, how's the head coach going to be above that? Or
Trump also
the athletic department.
Trump also posted the Truth Social that you got to throw the flag when they hit his quarterback Mendoza up high like that. So
now Colby's back out.
Yeah,
wouldn't that be
done with that fucking bum? All right.
Colby should just do a political breakdown for the next election.
Jag Ovalia, the quarterback.
Only for based on the people's political movements.
On I did. I think
Condoleezza Rice in or out on her still. She's big football.
Browns
lady.
are considering her as a head coach.
Yeah.
All right. Great season of college football. We turned the page of college hoops, but of course you're already subscribed to the College Experience, getting you ready. Daily picks episodes. We got one coming up tomorrow with Colby. Of course, 10% off everything in the merch store. New year, new gear. We got a bunch of cool stuff in there. The hats, the mugs, the hoodies. Hoodies, very high quality. Colby's rocking the DGen University. I got the old school baby F and whale t-shirts. Very fun design.
And we brought back the old school TCE sweaters.
Yes. Back to school.
Vintage.
Bunch of great stuff over there. We'll talk to you tomorrow. All things college hoops, and of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean Second the Money Green. He's Ryan.
Congratulations to Italian American of the Year, Kurt Signetti.
Kramer. Let it ride.